Okay, so today we are going to talk about the OGU fog sensor. Okay, so how does this sensor work? This OGU series basically is a true beam sensor. So one end is where the light emitter is, and the other end we have the receiver. Okay, so all these sensors come as a connector version due to the sensor being IO link, so naturally you will have situation whereby you want to deattach the cable and add on a IO link configurator so that you can do more things with the sensor. Now the sensor itself can be mounted by these mounting holes, and then you can put it below your conveyor or above depending on how you want to position it. So this series of sensors come in very wide range, from as small as 5 mm of opening gap to a fog width of 250. Then you have all the red light, infrared and selective laser models. Okay, so generally once you power up the sensor, then any target passing this detection line, there will be a beam coming out from the emitter and received by the receiver. So anything blocking this path of light, it will trigger a signal. So through the sensor itself, without IO link, we can change the NONC configuration. Right now is a normally closed sensor, so when nothing is passing through the sensor, the output is on. Then when something is going through, then the sensor is off. So let's just change it back. So generally the parameter setting is very straightforward. Then you have sensitivity adjustment depending on your application itself. Okay, so general usage, where can we use this sensor? So basically, as long as you can use a light sensor and the installation condition is able to be fulfilled, you can use this sensor. So basically any parts, let's say a packet of biscuit, detection is definitely of no problem. So there are many applications based on this series of sensors. So the advantage being one singular body, transmitter, receiver and also the amplifier, all is in one singular strong rugged body. So unlike your typical photoelectric sensors where you might have a separate transmitter, receiver and additional wiring, and you have to do alignment. So for this series of sensors, alignment, as you can see, is definitely not an issue, and then just one singular cable to the entire structure itself. So this is the di-soric best product in the market, and hopefully we can have more business with these type of sensors. So as we were saying, so what's the difference between a red light and a infrared? So as you can see, the first two numbers will indicate the dimension. So 0.5 will mean that this sensor has a opening width of 50 mm. So if it's 120, then it will be 120 mm. The last number 0 or 1 will indicate the source of the light. So 0 will means infrared and 1 would means red light. So now if we have a 051, it will indicate that you have 50 mm opening and a red light version. So here we have 050, so it's a 50 mm gap opening and infrared, so you cannot see the light beam. Now if we are using a red light model, then of course you will be able to see the light spot. Okay, so if now is 1 to 1, then we will have 120 mm opening and then red light. So model selection is very straightforward, because as you can see, G3 previous version of the fog sensor will come in either P3 or N3, which will indicate PMP or NPN. So for now, G3 is the second generation of the sensor. So PMP and NPN are all together, and you can already, as you have already seen, the NONC is also selectable on the sensor itself. So basically, we just need to identify the width that we need, the light source that we want, and everything will be straightforward, because you do not need to do any part selection based on either it's a PMP or NPN configuration, or do you need a NO or NC sensor. So additional advantage is that, as you can see, this series of sensor is fully encapsulated, so there is no cover, which means that you can see you cannot find any gaps from the cover itself. So basically, what does this mean? This means that impact on external factor is reduced. So water vapor or any dust particles will have no way into the sensor. So very high IP rating as well at IP67. So a very general sensor, and then depending on applications, we will have a better time because we have a lot of different sensor width that can, and also sensor length that can cater to different applications.